Hey, Reverend Michael D. McDuffie, welcome to OSI, Operating Supernaturally Intelligently. Welcome to YouTube. I want you to hit the subscription button, give me a thumbs up. You can also leave some words and comments as I continue to teach and equip people how to be successful for the year 2021. My job is to train and equip leaders, and I want to give you some words, some insight, some wisdom, which is for applications, some understanding, which is for awareness, and some knowledge, which is some information. And I want to be able to share this with you so that you can make decisions that bring prosperity and peace to your home, your house, to yourself. I'm going to take some wisdom keys from a couple of people. One is Jeff Bezos and the Amazon, and the other is the man that, of course, that created Zoom. These two businesses were what I call businesses for the perfect storm. That means a storm came in 2020 and their business model was perfect for that storm. So I call their businesses the perfect storm. That means they had the right type of business for the right atmosphere and the right time. And I learned a few things from Mr. Jeff Bezos and Amazon and the man that, of course, that formed and founded the Zoom. And I heard that both of them made billions in 2020. And it is possible that by the year 2026, Jeff Bezos will be the first world's trillionaire. Now, we can either get jealous about that, or we can say, Jeff Bezos, train us and teach us how do you accumulate so much wealth. Or we can try to restrict, regulate, and come against billionaires because they've tapped into the capitalistic free market and made money from the ground up. My job today is not to throw salt on people and talk about them negatively, but to extract wisdom, extract understanding, and extract knowledge so we can be quite successful in the year 2021. And I don't need trillions, I don't mind $1 billion. I don't mind $1 billion to do the things I feel that I need to do for my family and my bloodline and for my core group that's around me to extend to those outside of me. That is why I want to be able to create a market of $1 billion. Not for greed, but what I want to do with those billions. Now, $1 billion is not going to fall out the sky. If you're going to work towards being a billionaire, or let's start off with a millionaire, you have to put in the hard work. You have to put in the study. You have to put in telling people no, and to hang around people who are quite successful in their business model. Just to study Jeff Bezos, to go on his page, download his information, and to study his style of business. Everybody ought to be doing that who owns a business. Now, I'm not into his political views. I'm not interested if he's a Democrat or Republican. I am more interested in knowing the system that he runs that is going to set him up to make him the first trillionaire probably in American history. And I want to know what kind of application is Zoom producing that this man can almost reach billionaire status just in 2020 alone. And what we want to begin to look at constantly and consistently is how do we create perfect storm business plans or perfect storm nonprofits or ministries that are quite successful in the age that we're in. We can stand around and complain about so many things, but a smart person, I said a smart person, or a wise person is always studying models that are quite successful. I'm not talking about integrity. I'm not talking about lifestyle. I'm not talking about if someone's homosexual or fornicator. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what are the things that their businesses have used that have created this model of billions and millions. What can we learn from this that we can apply to our lives? And this is what I believe our schools, our educational systems are about, is to train individuals so that you'll be able, and hear me closely, you'll be able to put these successful models in order. And I am a firm believer, and please hear me close, I am a firm believer that the problem with us as a people is we're quick to become jealous and envious of people who are quite successful instead of extracting wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from them and take some of these principles and apply them to our businesses, our nonprofits, our for-profits, and our business model. Now, there are some of you who are watching this, you have a business, you have a family business, or you're starting one, or you're selling a book, you got some type of product. Wouldn't it be nice to sit under the tutelage of Jeff Bezos to see how he sells billions of products? Wouldn't it be nice to meet the guy, that created the Zoom application and have him give you tutelage? We don't like to learn from people who are successful. What we do is we try to compete with them. I can outdo them. I can outdo them. No, you try to find a model that's closely associated with them and then learn from them, extract from them. Now, for someone to say they hate the computer, they don't want to learn the computer, they're not interested in the computer, I'm an old nuts and bolts guy, I'm just into paperwork. What do you mean? You don't have the right methodology or the right business to make those millions and billions in the society that we are in. I realize that smart people, wise people, always try to find a business model that fits with today's storm or today's perplexing society. And we're living in a health-conscious society now because a lot of the society is trying to avoid getting COVID or corona. We live in a society now where the less you touch me, the best. No one's trying to, be up under a bunch of people and sweat on them and hug them and kiss them. That's not our society now. That's not where we're at now. So if you're going to create a successful business model, you got to know what's going on in the arena that you're in, and then you have to be able to be smart enough to know that I have a business, but this business I have is not the type of business that's on demand right now. I have to take my business and readjust how to execute, how to operate in it according to today's COVID-stricken atmosphere. Now you might say, well, I'm at Reverend McDuffie. I had a quite successful restaurant. We had 200 folks inside, and I'm going to protest the governor's order. And you can do that. So I know some folks are going to court. They're going to get arrested, fight it in court. But everybody doesn't have that desire to fight like that. So you're going to have to take your business and readjust the way that you execute it and operate in it. And you need to study models that's already quite successful. It's okay to say, you know what? I don't agree with Jeff Bezos' political mind. I'm not in agreement with him because he's serving a certain political party. I know he owns the Washington Post, and I don't agree with him. But one thing we can agree about Jeff Bezos is he's not poor. All right? And he can buy what he wants, go where he wants, and, and really influence political powers based on the power of wealth that he has. Now, we can stand on the sideline and we can say, I can't stand rich people. They're stealing. The rich getting richer and the poor getting poor. But that don't change our democracy. It doesn't change our capitalistic society. It doesn't change something because you complain or write a book against rich people. They keep getting richer. The top 2% is still accumulating wealth while the middle class is diminishing and the poor class is expanding. So you gotta make up your mind. What class you plan to be in?
Keep left to continue on River Road.
What class you plan to be in? I don't want to be in the class of the poor or the middle. I want to go up to the millions and the billions. And not for tooting my horn and say, I'm rich, I'm a millionaire, I'm a billionaire. Because I have a purpose. I have to get to something. I need some capitalistic power to build the communities I want to build. I want to build kingdom communities. That is my heart desire as a billion-dollar businessman. I want to build kingdom communities, which include faith-based operations, includes a business model, include education, schools, right? And then build that model, and then build apartments by it, build condos, and then build a mall by it, and then build a transportation port by it, and then drop inside that same community medical center, dental center. I want to also find a sporting outreach, a health program. This is what I desire to do in terms of what I feel I'm called to do or I desire to do. So while I'm building my business and building my model and restructuring my faith-based initiatives, I'm going to be extracting principles from the handbook of Jeff Bezos. I'm going to be extracting different methodologies from the young man that has created the Zoom application. Now, Zoom and Jeff Bezos' Amazon both are perfect storm business plans. Now, the reason why Zoom is making billions because you get to see each other face to face, and you can stay in your house, be protected from COVID, yet still get to see your loved ones. And this will help to somewhat like restore some of the fellowship with the faith-based world, whether you are Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu, which means you had times to gather and see each other. Now due to COVID or Corona, you have to back away. And they're not really pushing getting together with groups over 20. Even over 50, make people eyebrows do like this. So you got to be strategic. You got to look and say, well, what model is working? How is Jeff Bezos making billions of dollars? He's using the computer, using the laptop, people going online, ordering products, and Amazon is dropping them off at your front step. And guess what I love about Amazon? Which means if you complain about a product, they just replace it. And sometimes they'll even replace a product that you even received. They'll send another one. They don't want to argue with you. They don't want to fuss with you. They just want to make the money and keep going. They want to make sure their services are delivered quite professionally. Now, of course, in every business, you got the good, the bad, and the ugly. But out of all the deliveries I have with Amazon, very few I had any complaints about. Delivered right at my front door. I didn't even leave. I went on my phone. I got an account. I got my credit card, and I just order it, and the stuff is just dropped right in front of me. I said, wow, what a powerful thing. And I thought about that. I did some research, found out that Sears and Roebuck was like an old typology of Amazon. Amazon is Sears and Roebuck, watch this, Sears and Roebuck on steroids. I'm telling you, man. And so a lot of times you can see a business model and then upgrade it. So if I study Jeff Bezos and Amazon, if I study the young man that created Zoom, I'm saying to myself, how do I take my restaurant or take my faith-based initiative and connect it to their models? What can I extract from their models that I can use right now? Now, when you start thinking like that, that's going to take your business plan or your faith-based initiative to a whole nother level of operation. Well, I don't like, the way they doing it now. I don't like how they do it. It doesn't matter what you like. You're trying to be successful. You're trying to be America's next millionaire.
1,000 feet, make a U-turn at Vreeland Terrace.
You're trying to, let's be honest, man, you're trying to be successful in what you're trying to endeavor. We're not doing this to be cute. You're trying to make enough of money in cash that your business could be what I call in the black, not the red, the black. You want to be able to make your income. You want to be able to let me just say it like this. You want to make sure that what you do is prospering, is making cash. You're meeting your assets. You're paying your employees. You don't want to just do something to be cute. And sometimes we turn business plans into something professional. I mean, something like with feelings. I like him. I like her. It has nothing to do with like. You're trying to meet the need of your company and have stuff left over that you're paid and your employees are happy. I'm talking about building a prosperous business plan or a outreach faith-based program that is successful. Worst thing to have is always having debt over your head and trying to figure out how to steal from Peter to pay John. You don't want to live like that. You want to learn from people who made money and made millions and possibly billions in 1 year because they had what I call the perfect storm business plan. Study Jeff Bezos and Amazon. Study the guy that put together the Zoom application. Can you take some principles from both of them and apply that to your business plan? Whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a faith-based initiative, don't get caught up in what I like to say, don't get caught up in all this other stuff that's going to hinder you from being successful. It's okay to say, I personally don't like Jeff Bezos, never met him. I am envious and jealous of him, but I do know that I need to learn from him. See, that's okay. I remember being in college. I didn't like all of my professors, but they was the ones giving out the grades. I had to humble myself, and say, what can I learn from them? What can I extract from them? So this is why sometimes I am so concerned about our models of what we call business plans. Is it smart? Is it wise? Stop talking about billionaires and millionaires and start learning from the best. Study Jeff Bezos. Study the guy that created the Zoom application. You'll be better off. Thank you for watching OSI, Operating Supernaturally Intelligently. My name is Reverend Michael D. McDuffie, and you can also support us at $Michael7, PayPal address supermike777gmail.com. Welcome to 2021.